Huh. So we are live. Well, welcome to a new work week, 23rd of February, 2026. Here is the quote of the day, folks. This is a good one. I'm sure you've heard it before. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. I thought it was pretty good, actually. So it says author unknown. And this is from Rev Raymont, who says, peaceful possibilities. First quote is from the Bhagavad Gita, which is the second major series of holy writings in Hinduism. One is dearest to God, who has no enemies among the living beings, who is non-violent to all creatures. Bhagavad Gita. And Ernest Holmes, in This Thing Called Life, he says, all life, all health, all peace, and all possibility exist in this power, capital P, i.e. the divine power. It is a knowledge of this and the conscious use of this knowledge that will give freedom. He says our loneliness, our sense of isolation, our poverty, doubt, and sickness are results of being disconnected from the fullness of this divine self. And that was from This Thing Called Life, and it's on page 108, paragraph 3. Ernest Holmes was never short for words. And this is Reverend Raymont's question, who says, do you believe world peace is possible, or do you know it is? How are you strengthening your peace muscles daily, especially with everything happening in the world? Says, do you have any enemies? Do you hold any resentment or animosity toward anyone? Perhaps someone from your past that you keep alive with bitterness and anger. And I would add for that, do you have any anger and bitterness toward yourself? He goes on to say, if we want to create a peaceful world where war is the thing of the past and never re-emerges, we must practice non-violence until it becomes a way of life. What is violence? And in how many ways are we violent towards others and ourselves without even recognizing the violence? Then he goes on to specify criticism, judgment, passive-aggressive behavior, sarcastic statements, insults, road rage, teeth-sucking, eye-rolling, mid-finger giving, and much more all fall under the umbrella of violence. Well, at least according to Reverend Raymont. He says, we get burned and we feel the pain from a candle flame, a fireplace, and a bonfire. The size of the fire doesn't matter. The mere fact that it is fire is painful enough. The possibility of peace is planted by the non-violent seeds that we sow into the fields of life moment by moment, as we develop the ability to blend non-violence with the threads of righteous anger. And he goes on to say, righteous anger aims to stop a behavior, while unrighteous anger seeks to harm a person. Let's make an agreement to strengthen our peace muscles. He says, consider the African proverb. When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. When there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. So pretty self-explanatory, right? It's kind of similar in a way to the story about the guy who wanted to bring peace to the world. And his mentor told him, well, first of all, you have to work on yourself. And then you work on your immediate family. And then you work on your extended family. And then you work on your neighborhood. Then you work on your town and your city. And then your state, and then your country, and then the world. In other words, we begin with ourself. So the affirmations, plural. I am peace. That's a good one. I express peace, speak peace, share peace, and live peace. That's another good one. The energy of peace flows into those who step into places where I've stood. That's a big one. I mean, that is a real big one, because it implies that we are doing and encouraging others to do what we have already done. So it's a pretty big one, the last one. The energy of peace flows into those who step into places where I have stood. So that's your reading for today. Tomorrow, my good friend and colleague, Reverend Lisa Ryan, will be on Creative Eye Spiritual Center's Facebook page at about 9:15 a.m. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully 5 o'clock. It looks good for 5, but no, it doesn't look good for 5. I'll be on either about 4-ish, or I'll be on about 8-ish, one of the two, because I've got a meeting to be at 4:45, and that'll last till about 7 o'clock. So there you are. So I'll be back tomorrow, either earlier or later, but I will be back tomorrow. So my prayer for everyone is peace of mind. I'm knowing for each and every one who listens to this, peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of spirit. And I claim that it's true. I'm grateful for it. I release it into divine law, call it done. And so it is. Namaste.